Hopefully my webheads out there are having a wonderful holiday weekend and finishing up all their leftover turkey. I had a crazy week. Let me tell you, I had my Dolphins game on Friday, which they won. I'm so happy about. Celebrated Thanksgiving with my sister-in-law and niece and nephew before they actually went back to Israel. So I'm sad to see them go, but I wish them all the best. And I want to thank all of you guys for all the warm Thanksgiving wishes. It really meant a lot. So with all that stuff, guys, let's get started with basically part 2 of this week's comic book haul. Welcome to Spider Slayer's Comic Book Haul, fans. This is episode 613, the video series where each and every week I share with you what I pick up at my LCS, which is located in the city of Sanford, Florida. So if you guys are ever in the Central Florida area, make sure you stop by. Tell Mike Spider Slayer sent you. Guys, they'll provide you with some great customer service. You can check out all the new comic books, statues, and all kinds of great stuff. Okay, guys, so before we truly dive into this mysterious black bag, the second part of this week's comic book haul, I have teamed up with creator, writer, artist Mark Spears to promote his newest comic book series, which is called Mark Spears Monsters. It's a series 1 through 8. I have a preview video to show you. If you guys are interested, the link is in the description box below. You can back that project. It is now live. It is halfway funded. We need your help to get this project supported. So let's do it. Let's check out the video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. It looks pretty badass, right? Okay, so here we go. Mysterious black bag, guys. Man, this second part to this haul is pretty hefty. I was like, there can't be that many more books to pick up. Yeah, I was wrong. Here is the stack right here. That is pretty fat, let me tell you. And let's go through some of the stuff here that I picked up first. These back issues. This Carnage foil. I thought this one was too awesome to pass up, right? I paid $10.99 for this foil. I'm not sure if you guys paid the same price or not, but it looks really, really good. And I've been watching auctions on Whatnot. This book is going for much more. People are just loving the way this book looks, and I see it going for $20, $30, $40. I paid $11 for it. So yeah, there's that. All right, so now I picked up some pretty cool stuff here. Also, I got this one gifted to me from my good friend Bob, who comes to the shop every time. And this is a signed copy of Iron Man. This is Iron Man issue 16. And this one is signed by Carlo Pagulian. So it has a certificate of authenticity on it. So yeah, I thought this was pretty cool, and I appreciate Bob for looking out for me and picking this one up. He knows I'm a fan of Iron Man, so that was really, really cool of him to do that. And then I wound up getting this Amazing Spider-Man King Size Annual, number 12. This one was in 1978. This is when the Hulk is fighting the Spider-Man here. So I thought this was really cool, man. It is a newsstand. Really great looking copy here. And this is in pretty decent shape, okay? All right. And then I thought I got this really cool comic book because it fits the comic book haul. You see this image every single week, and this is actually the Amazing Spider-Man issue 58. It says, to kill a Spider-Man. Wow, look who's back. J. Jonah Jameson, who's in the Spider Slayer armor, and he's getting ready to destroy him. This is a great copy to have in your Spider-Man collection. I would say this is probably... Man, I would say this is a 3. It's not in the greatest shape at all. There's a lot of creases in there. The cover is still attached, but there's just a lot of things that you see. But nevertheless, when I can ever find these, low issues of Spider-Man, there we go, man. That is awesome. And again, I show this cover with my face on it every single week. So that's perfect. Then now we finally get to the current comic books, which, like I said, this haul is severely late. But I did get this Spider-Boy issue 1, this variant that celebrates local comic book day, shop day, or whatever, local comic shop day. I thought this was awesome. This is kind of like an homage to Todd McFarlane's like Overstreet Price Guide, and you gotta love the kind of like the black and white, but the colors are only in the characters there. So I thought that was really awesome to have another issue of Spider-Boy, like I don't have enough already. And then we get into, I guess, the regular books. So let's talk about those. So we wound up getting Dracula issue 2, which I thought is a really solid first issue by James Tynion. Has that classic feel of Universal Dracula, right? The art style is definitely very different in this comic book. It has, obviously, it's the same artist that did Department of Truth. So here's the artwork in here. Curious to see what this second issue has, but yeah, it has these interesting, pin-up pages and whatnot. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. All right, so we continue on going forward here. We have the Invincible Iron Man. This is issue 12. So this book has been really good. It looks like Iron Man maybe found his secret metal to destroy, I guess, the Sentinels that Orchis has created. You got to expect that we're getting close to this Fall of X stuff very soon. It's been a very entertaining read. Here we got some Emma Frost in there. So yeah, it's been good, man. I have no complaints about it whatsoever. All right, and then we have the Uncanny Spider-Man. This is issue 4. Felt like we just got an issue of this like 2 weeks ago. We got Silver Sable hooking up with Nightcrawler in the book, and we get Nightcrawler actually teaming up with Spider-Man in this particular issue. It's just a really fun read, and I love actually the interaction between Silver Sable and Nightcrawler in here, and how she was hired to actually take out Nightcrawler, and they developed this relationship with each other. And also we have the Vulture, who is this director who is coming out with these creations to stop Nightcrawler. And in this issue, looks like we got more of Mystique in here. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this next issue. This story has been a lot of fun. Check out the Vulture there as well. So it's cool, man. I've really enjoyed it. Just a quick shout out to the Facebook group members. I will be doing Facebook group page shout outs once again to my webheads out there. But if you're interested in joining a free group that doesn't cost anything, just go onto Facebook, search my group called Comic Book Corner 2.0 Webheads Unite. You guys, all you gotta do is answer a couple questions followed by the community guidelines, and you will be involved in a great group of people that has almost 2,000 strong in there, if not already. So check it out. Again, it's absolutely for free. All right, continuing on with this haul, we have the Incredible Hulk. This is issue 6. This time it looks like he's going to be facing against this zombie Ghost Rider. I love that Nick Klein is back on the artwork in here. It's a very dark comic book. I love horror comics, especially if they're done right, and this has this like grotesque artwork, grotesque transformations. Reminds you of like Immortal Hulk back in the day when Al Ewing wrote it. And I say back in the day like it was so long ago, but when you go look at Hulk these days, it's like, man, Immortal Hulk was like what, 5-6 years ago when it started. Look at this, dude. That is some That is some crazy transformation, dude. I love that. It's so great. And then we got some really screwed up book right here. We got the Tenement issue 6. This is done by Jeff Lemire. It is just a weird book, man. About a bunch of people that live in this apartment complex, and it's like they've all crossed paths with each other, and then this apartment complex wound up leading to some weird hell. Andrea Sorrentino does the artwork, so if you're familiar with this creative team, it's more of the same, okay? This is what the artwork that you can expect on this comic book. Reminds me of the old like New 52, I would say Green Arrow. When Green Arrow was done by Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino, it was so good, man. Those were the days of DC for me, at least. And too bad we don't get that anymore. But Tenement issue 6, that's great stuff. All right. Then I got Kill Your Darlings issue 3. I heard that this book was recalled. I don't know if that was true or not, but I wound up getting the issue. And this book is so good, man. I love this story about this girl by the name of Rose who is blamed for killing her mother in a house fire. And she sees all these imaginary people, but it's real stuff. Like, it's her world, right? And it looks like the world is crossing over between, you know, the imaginary world and real Earth, right? And she has her best friend now along for the adventure, and she has a warrior from that other world coming to recruit her to be part of this current world. That's what it looks like, what's going on. I love the animation, the animated faces in the comic book. I love the character interactions. It's just a really well-told story, and I can't wait for this 3rd issue. That's great stuff right there. Then we have Sensational She-Hulk. This is issue 2. Was not a fan of issue 1. It was just kind of like a jumping on point for a lot of readers that maybe have never read it before, but for readers that were currently reading the last volume, it's the same crap, right? But this Kari Andrews variant cover is gorgeous. It was in my top 10 comic book covers of the week. Now it looks like we have Hulk that's in this comic also, and it looks like he's probably part of the Fight Club that goes on in this comic. I don't know, man. I just don't know how long I'll be staying on this book, but you know, there are some gorgeous covers, so I am a collector. Not only of just reading comics, but I do collect covers as well. It's part of one of the things when I was a kid of comic books. I was like, oh, I'll buy this comic because of the cool little cover, you know? And so it's just like, it's still that way today. I mean, that's why they have all these variant covers, because you like the art. So collect what you like, right? That's what they say. All right, and then we have Gunslinger Spawn. This is issue 26. Just every week, it's just a great, did I say every week? Every month, it's a great comic book. The artwork is done by Dexter Soy, and it's been great. I know Brett Booth is not on this book currently. I don't know if he's taking a break for the long haul or if he's no longer on the book. I'm not sure. But again, this artwork does not disappoint. He is a fine replacement. Characters look great, very violent. And you cannot beat the price of $2.99. All right, then we got Daredevil Black Armor. This is issue 1. Great looking cover here. Have no idea what to expect from this story. Is this something that existed in the past? Is this like an alternate Daredevil? Again, let me know in the comments below. Elektra has no hair and she's wearing white clothes. That's just weird to me. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. It actually looks pretty cool. But just why does the comic exist? I don't know. So is this something that happened in the 90s? Who knows? All right, and then we got the Carnage issue 1. I said the Carnage issue 1. Main cover here. Curious to see what the story has to offer. Cletus Cassidy is back with the symbiote. Pretty cool looking artwork right there. And I was not fond of the last event that happened with Carnage and the whole Iron Man armor that he was attached to, and it just was a little weird for me, right? So maybe we're getting the character back on track to what he once was. So yeah, we'll see. All right, and then we have the all-amazing Spider-Man issue 38 as we continue this whole thing with the repo and Rec Rap and oh my gosh, I cannot wait for this to end and get Rec Rap out of here. Is there a real purpose for him? I just feel like his humor is forced. The character that should be funny in Amazing Spider-Man is Amazing Spider-Man, right? And we just don't need a guy to show him up in humor. That's just, I don't know, it just doesn't work for me. I like Ed McGuinness artwork. The Repo character's just weird, and obviously this is just a little bit of a stall until we get to the gang war. Hopefully we do get some pages in here that touches on the whole thing. But again, the roller coaster ride for Zeb Wells. Does the book go back up again with the gang war, or is it just too long and too overdrawn? We'll see. All right, then we have Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars Battle World. This is issue 1. What to expect out of this comic book? I don't know. I felt like you've told your story in Secret Wars, the main volume, and you had Secret Wars 2, and now it looks like this book takes place in maybe this like separate instances within the Secret Wars battle world. Okay, it looks like this is a story about Spider-Man who is wearing the black suit, and he's doing battle against ice creatures. I don't know, man. Like I said, the story was already told and you're like inserting pieces while this whole thing was going on. Does it work? Doesn't it work? I don't know. I'll see when I actually read it. All right. And then I wound up getting Void Rivals. This is issue 6. Always a great story. I like the little side story that's going on with the Quintessence. And then you got our two main characters in here that are escaping they're escaping their capture. Curious to see how the story does develop going forward. It looks like they team up once again. To do what? I don't know. But it's been a fun ride so far. And I like how the story is developing on its own. And I pretty much sure at this point it's not relying on Transformers to sell its comic. And then we got a story that is called The Holy Roller. And the dude is holding a bowling ball. And he has this suit of armor, right? Who knows? But it's written by Rick Remender and Andy Samberg. Andy Samberg, the comedian, that's kind of interesting, right? And so from what I know, it's about this bowler, or this guy that was a bowler, and he had this kid, and it looks like the early part of this comic book takes place in a simpler time like the 80s and whatnot. And then it takes place on a boat, so I don't know. We'll see what happens, but why does a guy with a bowling ball have a suit of armor? I can't. I don't know. Again, it's Andy Samberg, so what can I say here, right? So looking forward to that one. All right, and then we wound up getting the Amazing Spider-Man issue 38, a Spider-Man 2 Stone Monkey suit. So I got that variant. Interesting cover there. And then I got this Marvel Superhero Secret Wars Iceman and his shield. You gotta love it. That, is like the old school cartoon, or old school toys, I should say, not cartoons, but there was a ton of those, right? And then I got a couple other things to show you. Hold on, I'll be right back. I forgot to show you this earlier. Hold on. I've been meaning to show you guys this for like 2 weeks now, and I keep forgetting. All right, it's coming. Here it is. Let's see. I'm still there. Let's see. Okay. All right. I'm back. I can't believe I forgot this again. So my next door neighbors went to Amsterdam, and they wound up getting me this Dutch Spider-Man, this Dutch like web of Spider-Man comic book, and this is 78. I thought this was so cool because it's like Web van Spider-Man. So it's in Dutch. It's so cool, dude. And then you get to see the back of the book, and it's all in Dutch right there. Look at that. It's so awesome, though. And I probably have like 4 copies of this comic in the original Web of Spider-Man. So it's funny now I have it in Dutch. And then for Whatnot, I wound up winning this. I think I paid $14 for this. The Amazing Spider-Man issue 29. This cover is so awesome with Black Cat on there and then Venom in the background as she has this suit around her. That is absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, there it is. There's finally everything for the week. It took 2 parts, a couple of holiday, all kind of football game to finally get this video out to you guys. So curious to hear everything you picked up this current comic book week and what you enjoyed without spoiling, because I got some freaking reading to do. Let me tell you, I have like 2 days to read all these comic books before the new comic book week comes out. So, yep, I better get busy. So as always, guys, thank you so much. If you love content, I'll leave you something right here that I did within the last week. Maybe the last comic book haul, the part 1 to this thing. So as always, guys, keep buying, keep collecting, but more importantly, support those local comic shops and keep reading those comics. Enjoy the rest of your holiday weekend. Take care, guys. Bye.